Hey guys, I'm here with the Heybike. This is the Ranger S. Heybike has sent me this for review, but also as a little promotion. So if you guys want to click down below, you guys can get a nice discount on Heybike. Today, we're going to talk about the Heybike, and this electric bicycle is quite incredible. So the Ranger S was delivered to my door in a big box. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes to put together. They include all the tools in there, and they have two different ways for you to follow the instructions. So they have a little pamphlet that you can follow the instructions on, as well as a video. I use the included pamphlet for most of the stuff, but I also liked having the video for other things that weren't exactly clear in the instructions. So the two most difficult things for me with the bike was putting on the front wheel. You kind of have to lift up the front forks and the front end of the bike. You might actually be best to take the battery out if you're doing that, because it'll make the bike lighter to hold up the bike while you're getting it situated on the front axle there. Another tip for putting the front wheel on is make sure the nuts on each end of the axle pretty much all the way out right before falling off to allow room for the forks to sit down on it. The seat was really easy to assemble. The brakes, everything was already assembled. You just kind of have to connect the lines to it, which is just plug and play. The only other somewhat difficult thing of putting this bike together was just getting the handlebars lined up properly and making sure that was tightened down with the quick release. So the Ranger S is a step-through style bike, and you see this little lever here. It allows the bike to be actually folded in half so you can put it in the back of your car a little bit easier, store it in your garage or wherever you live. So let's start with the front. We have these fat tires here, which driving here, and I'm gonna say driving because I didn't do a whole lot of work, these tires soak up a lot of the imperfections in the road, but they're also assisted with what's going on over here. So we have preload adjustment here, as well as adjustment with the travel of the suspension. So we gotta love the adjustable suspension on here as well. Below that, we have disc brakes. Now these disc brakes are hydraulic assisted. So we have hydraulic assisted brakes not only on the front, but on the rear to bring this heavy-ish bike to a stop. It weighs around 72 pounds. The battery is located right in here. If you, for some reason, can't charge this in your garage, you can bring this little battery pack inside. There's a little switch here that you can just deactivate it as well. So kind of like that feature. To charge it though, inside the bike, go and lock it there. There's a little DC plug here. For the plug-in, it's actually a 4-amp setup, so you can charge the battery from empty to full in about 3 to 4 hours just from a standard household plug-in. Now, let's look at the switchgear going up top. We have these leather-wrapped handlebars, very comfortable in the hands, and the bike's off right now, so to turn it on, right, because I just took the battery off, that turned the bike off, I can turn it on by just pressing this power button. I can use the phone as well, the app. So pulling up the app, I can also turn it on and off this way as well, which is pretty cool. Now, the great thing about the app is that it unlocks a super feature on this bike from 20 miles an hour, which is a level 2 bike, to 28 miles an hour, which is a level 3 bike. And you can personalize, like I have it in the stone blue, but you can actually personalize the color that you want on your phone. And also what I really like is that you can customize the driving assistant levels. So there are 5 driving assistant levels operated by plus and minus here, and I can customize each one. So level 1 tops out at 5 miles an hour, 2 at 10, 3 at 15, 4 at 20, and 5, the full fat 28 miles per hour here. But you can also limit the pedal assistant levels if you just want 0 to 3, for example. There's a lot of different customizations here, but you can also ride this bike without any sort of electric assistance as well. It just turns into a normal bike, and that's when you can take advantage of the Shimano 7-speed shifter. When you have electric pedal assist though, I always keep this at pedal 7, the top gear, because the electric motor, which is actually a hub motor, it's right inside this rear wheel here, that gives us 750 watts of power, and I'll just tell you, it's quite quick. We'll find out here a little bit when we start riding. Your rear brake is over here, your front brake is over here, and this is also to adjust your speed, your gears right here, minus and plus, but like I said, I leave it in 7 almost all the time. We have this little button right here which will accelerate the bike. So we got the Heybike comfortable seat, but it is adjustable. You can adjust it forward, up, and down as well, depending on your height. I'm 6'1". They say you can be up to about 6'3" with this bike, 6'4". So they've given me this helmet as well. Quite nifty because I like the bill. Not only to block out the sun, but I'm gonna put my camera on here. It's just gonna clip right to this bill, so that's perfect for a little ride and drive. And it's adjustable in the rear. They also sent me this Heybike panniers or saddlebags, which is quite awesome, and keep water bottles close to me. There's a lot of different ways you can put it on this rack. This rack right here comes standard with the bike, and you can put a ton of weight on it. These saddlebags are quite big, and I have a couple of cans of soda in there. And it is weather sealed. It's not insulated, but if you put something wet in there, it shouldn't soak through the bags or anything because there's a little liner in it. Okay, so let's talk about these lights. Well, I'm gonna turn the turn indicator on. You have turn indicators on here like a motorcycle. Check that out. It's freaking amazing. I love that feature. And also you have a turn indicator on the back, because this is gonna be out in the street here in a little bit. All right, so I can talk about this all day. I think it's time to start riding. We have a nice little kickstand here. You know, pop that up, and got to put the camera on the helmet, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, just a word of advice, when you're starting off, it's best to start off in level 1 or level 2, because if you start off right in level 5, which I'll show you here in a little bit, well, might as well do it. You start off in level 5, you do like 2 pedals, and this thing starts rocketing forward, and I'm barely doing any pedaling. There's so much power. So if you're just doing on like a nice bike path, you probably just want to be around 10 miles an hour, which I've set up for level 2 here. So even at the top speed here at level 7, it's very, very comfortable and easy to drive. And I say drive over and over, I should say ride, right? You ride a bike like you ride a motorcycle. There's not that much difference, especially when you have e-bikes that can go 28 miles per hour. But if I don't want to pedal, and you can see me pedaling right now, if I don't want to do that anymore, I just, boom, put on the switch, and it's just going to hold this easily. It just feels like I'm cruising almost like downhill, but I can get back off of it and then get back pedaling, and I feel very little resistance. I still can do a workout. Now, what happens if I turn the bike off while I'm riding? Just turned it off, nothing happens. Now I'm back to riding the bike without any assistance. So what I'm actually gonna do is use this Shimano gearbox here. Immediately kick down a couple gears, but I need a little bit more. This isn't your average non-electrified bike, so there's that big battery pack in here, the electric motor, the fat tires. So if you run out of battery juice, I'd say I'm comfortably going very easily, and I went uphill a little bit there. I'm comfortably going probably 10 miles an hour here in 3rd gear. And then I can always pop it up as well. Let's go ahead and turn that pedal assist back on. It's hot enough as it is, so I'll try not to do as much work. And the great thing about this is once I start getting a little tired, I can put on that pedal assistance. It's just at level 2 right now, so it's giving me just a slight bit of help, because remember, level 2 I have set it for 10 miles an hour. Well, let's go ahead and put it back up to 7 here. Slows down the pedal speed a little bit, right, because it's the taller gearing. Pop this up to pedal assistance. Let's do, for this trail, let's go ahead and do like 4. Remember, 4 is going to get us up to 20 miles an hour, and it's just super fast. Like, I'm not even pedaling, and it does it very simply. Now, with these fat tires and this sort of suspension, I should be able to do some off-roading here, no problem. So I'm going to take this down, do a little pedaling here. Is the assist going to happen? Oh yeah, it still got me up. We're gonna try that again, because it wasn't the bike's fault there, it was my fault for not putting this down. And that's a great thing. I can keep my pedals level, which is important for mountain biking or just a little off-road action, so you don't drag your pedal on the ground. So I got the switch all the way down, takes me right up. Awesome, and I'm on my way without even pedaling. All right, so we're gonna take the pedal assistant down here, just a little bit, so we're cruising. Can we keep up with that golf cart? That is the question. Well, let's see what this Tacoma's doing. That's a great thing with starting off here, just a couple pedals, and it's going. Even in top gear, I didn't need to switch around. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it in pedal assistant 5, the maximum setup here, and I'm going uphill. I don't have a lot of hills here in Florida, but it's still accelerating going up this pretty steep grade. Heybike says I think it's about 15 degrees of grade that this can travel, and it was still accelerating going uphill there. I've seen manatees in this water before. Beautiful sight. And this is also where I do car reviews from time to time as well. And once I get off the throttle, I'm still keeping speed here. It's not like an electric car that will slow you down with regen braking. Just to get on those brakes, I usually just press on these levers here. Just really shaves off the speed quick. I can use my blinker here, turn indicator, let people know I'm taking a left. And then I'm just gonna press down the handle. Can I keep up with this taco? Maybe not, but the speed limit on this road is 25, I believe, and I'm having no problems here. Now it's obviously sea level, which doesn't matter too much for electric bikes, but it's warm out, so I'm getting plenty of performance for the battery pack in here. Now what happens if I pedal at this speed? Well, my feet aren't connected to anything. It feels like there's no resistance. It's just I would need like a 9th or 10th gear if I was gonna pedal assist right here. So, and you can see, I mean, I guess the Tacoma never really pulled away, right? Because we're stuck here in city limits. And he's slowing down. And I can't go around that way, which is fine. There are people on the sidewalk. But just accelerating here, just a couple pedals. And it's quick to get up to speed. I can just kind of trail behind this pickup here. So perfect little city bike with the Heybike. That's a beautiful Bentley there. But yeah. This is pretty cool. I think I may have passed it, but I think there is a public beach up here, hitting that sewer cap there. And I have the suspension pretty tight because our roads here are very, they're just really good. If I had really crappy roads, I'd have the suspension set for a much softer setting. So I found the beach path here, and I've seen other bikes go on this path. I see the trails here, and it's not going to do the sand, as I just found out the hard way, which you wouldn't be able to ride a bike in the sand anyway. Something I just discovered when I'm walking through the sand here, it's kind of hard to push through with these big tires, but if I just press the pedal here, it actually moves the bike and powers the motor walking alongside of it. So that's an awesome, handy thing to just keep get the bike moving. If it's stuck in the sand or something like that, just boom, press this down and it moves the bike and you just get right off the throttle once it's moving. So cool thing, there's a little bike place up here I can tie this to. That's a great thing, that's only accessible by bikes on this path, or if you're walking, which is not an easy place to walk to. So you just pull up your bike here and you have access. That's something it's just super cool that we wouldn't have access on a car, but we have access to this private beach with this bike. And it's easy to get to. I'm a little out of breath because I've been playing with the settings a little bit, but check this out. On the bike here at the beach, little promo for Heybike. What do you guys think? I'll see you guys down below. Let me know if you have any comments or questions on the Heybike. If you like this little content, a little switch up on the channel, right? Cars are fun, but I'm an adventurer. I like trying new things. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I got a lot of adrenaline going here with this Heybike, up to 28 miles per hour, 55 miles of electric range, and it can take me to beautiful places like this, private beaches. It's just insane. There's not even a house here. No one owns this beach. Just absolutely insane. All those mark-offs are for sea turtles. So electric cars, they're very heavy, expensive, and have their limitations. But electrifying a bike, as long as you can charge it overnight, oh my gosh, I left the indicator on. Bikes are an excellent way to get around. Electrifying them makes it even easier, like this Heybike Ranger S. They have a full lineup of other bikes and other accessories, but I'm pretty thirsty here, so I need to get myself quenched, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.